When diving into the world of Isekai, you often come across the same old tropes and popular titles, but that's not always the case. There's a treasure trove of underrated gems just waiting to be discovered. These hidden masterpieces offer fresh perspectives, unique settings, and compelling characters that really deserve some attention. So let's take a look at 10 underrated isekai anime that you might want to check out, starting with number 10. Someday Will I Be the Greatest Alchemist. Here, we meet Taki Ira, just trying to get through life, but then there's this goddess who seems to mess everything up. Picture a cosmic clumsy puppy who keeps tripping over her divine powers. When she unintentionally summons Taki to another world, he's about as thrilled as a snail on a hot sidewalk. As an apology for the mix-up, she offers him a wish. Thinking he's being practical, he goes for a peaceful life and picks the seemingly boring skill of alchemy. Little does he know, in this world, alchemy is like having a magic wand. With it, he can create anything from fluffy clouds to a sword that slays dragons. Before long, he finds himself as the most powerful alchemist around, a potion-making machine, transforming villages into mega cities, building flying ships, and brewing the best coffee this side of a dimensional rift. It's wild how he went from being a nobody to someone important, all thanks to a goddess's little slip-up. Next up, number 9, the wrong way to use healing magic.
Is the present prettiest girl in school a fantasy nerd? Wait, that's what I'm shocked about?
Meet Kin Usato, a guy who starts out pretty typical. His life was so bland that it was almost impressive, but then he gets thrown into a world where everybody's got superpowers, and he's just there, hoping nothing goes wrong. In this new reality, he somehow becomes a hero, but more of a comedic one, constantly tripping over his own feet while his friends wield swords and cast spells. Kin has a knack for healing, which feels like always being the designated driver in a world where everyone's drunk on magic. Captain of the Kingdom's rescue team sees Kin's potential and decides he needs some training, like being forced into boot camp for healers, complete with drills and plenty of "you're not good enough yet" moments. Kin's determined to protect his friends, even if it means becoming the strongest healer in the land. Coming in at number 8 is I'm Standing on a Million Lives.
I prefer to be alone.
Yusuke prefers solitude, but he suddenly finds himself in one of those death games where everything's a blank slate. He's in a world full of giant monsters, and death is merely a hiccup. Yusuke wakes up in a game where the stakes are life or death, and he's the main character, but without any cheat codes. This reluctant hero would much rather be gaming away than facing real-life challenges, but now he has to confront both literal and metaphorical monsters alongside his new friends, Shindo and Haku. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure story, except with way more existential dread. And finally, number 7. So I'm a Spider, So What? Isekai usually means turning into something glamorous and gaining insane powers to conquer the world. But what if you wake up as a spider? Not just any spider, mind you, but one so tiny it's nearly invisible. You're surrounded by monsters that could squish you in an instant, and your only weapon? A set of fangs that might as well be a gentle tickle. That's the unfortunate reality our protagonist faces, while her classmates get reincarnated into all sorts of heroic roles. Imagine being stuck in a dungeon, weaving webs and praying you don't get eaten by breakfast, all while dreaming of a fancier life as a prince or princess. But instead of giving up, she finds out this new world has an RPG-like system, so she starts leveling up, hunting monsters, and figuring out how to survive. It's like playing a survival game, but with real risks. Luckily, there are always some power-ups to find if you pay attention. Just saying. Now, picture a wild twist on school life. A cosmic ship floating through void space with 36 students, all tossed together by fate, about to have their lives flipped upside down. Supernatural powers begin to emerge like mushrooms after rain. Some students can shoot flames, while others can manipulate gravity. Naturally, chaos ensues, and the student council tries to maintain order amidst this craziness. It's a struggle between control and freedom, and tradition versus rebellion. But as they navigate this strange realm, they quickly learn there are rules, and breaking them could lead to serious consequences. Think of it like a cosmic game of hide and seek, just with way higher stakes. Then, one brave student takes a leap, and suddenly the school finds itself in an entirely new dimension. What's going on? Who knows, but one thing's certain, they can only move forward from here. Now, let's flip the script with Recreators. Soto wakes up one morning to find his favorite anime character, the sassy sword-wielding Celestia Upupatilia, in his living room, ready to kick butt. Talk about a fangirl's dream come true. But wait, there's more. Celestia isn't the only character on an unexpected vacation from her fictional world. A princely knight, a magical girl, a ruthless brawler, and a whole bunch of other characters start wandering the streets of Japan, creating a whirlwind of chaos. And then there's Goku Noimegimi, the mysterious woman in military gear who seems to know everything about the creator's world. It's like a real-life game of Spot the Anime reference. So, what does a typical high schooler do when fictional characters invade his life? He teams up with the librarian NPC, of course. Together, they try to unravel the mystery while Celestia and the rest are figuring out how to return home. Reality is fractured, and there's definitely something shady going on behind the scenes. Lastly, there's the Far Away Paladin.
Not too shabby!
Here's a recipe for creating the ultimate overpowered character. Start with a guy named Will. Toss him into a post-apocalyptic world and give him guardians that are a skeleton, a ghost, and a mummy. Sounds like disaster, right? Wrong. It's actually the secret sauce for becoming the ultimate powerful protagonist. As Will matures, he comes to realize that while his guardians are cool, they're also a bit unconventional. So, there's this guy who's dead, and he decides to leave his safe undead family and venture into the unknown. But before he takes that leap, he faces a choice. He can swear an oath to a god for a powerful blessing, or skip it and likely face a painful demise. At first, it seemed tough, but now I can handle it without any hassle. Even if I run into tough enemies like Vasu, I don't struggle anymore.
Wow, it actually worked.
Our hero, Makoto Mishima, was basically a pawn in this cosmic chess game. His parents, in a moment of questionable judgment, made a deal with a goddess who sent him to another world to be a hero. But the goddess thought he was too ugly for the role, so she dropped him off in the middle of nowhere, giving him the gift of understanding every language except the one that actually matters. It's like being fluent in Klingon and Elvish, but struggling to order a pizza. Still, it turns out that this new world is a magical playground for people like him. His human body, combined with the world's magical energy, is like a superhero factory, cranking out powers faster than a candy machine. And on top of that, he ends up as the accidental leader of a ragtag group of demi-humans and mythical creatures. But even with all this success, Makoto longs for human connection. Being the only human in a world filled with monsters is pretty lonely, so he embarks on a quest to find other humans, hoping to show that even a goddess can't keep faith from bringing people together. Now let's talk about number 2, Campfire cooking in another world.
Come forward, human. You would do well to listen.
You do well to listen to chefs. They can be a bit extra. Our culinary hero, Moda, is summoned to another world for a heroic mission, but his superpower? Online shopping. Instead of swinging swords and casting spells, he's whipping up gourmet meals with ingredients straight from Japan's digital aisles. His cooking becomes legendary, catching the attention of a mythical wolf named Fel, known for its fearsome reputation. Strangely enough, Fel is more interested in the smell of roast chicken than any battle, and they form an unlikely partnership with Fel. And finally, number 1, Fate Grand Order.
Nash here!
The story follows Ritsuka Fujimaru, a dedicated master working for the Chaldea Security Organization. His mission? To prevent humanity's extinction by fixing distortions in history called singularities. Joined by Mash Kirilite, a unique demi-servant, Ritsuka travels through different pivotal moments in time, summoning and commanding legendary heroes and mythical figures known as servants. Each of them has their own distinct classes and noble phantasms. The anime dives into their adventures across various historical and fantastical settings like ancient Egypt, medieval Europe, and mythical realms, as they battle corrupted forces and formidable antagonists to restore the natural flow of history. Get ready for an epic ride.